Fun. You guys up to tonight? I'm gonna get you situated here. That's a little better. How's it going, Todd? Got your ears on? Yeah. Ain't nobody's in here right now. One minute late. Yep. Well, it says you're commenting now, but it says nobody's in here. I don't know why that is. All right. Why is it not showing me who's in here and who isn't? Seeing 0 people. Well, what are you guys up to tonight, anyways? Just a little catch up from me. Working on the yard and the garden a lot so far this spring. Haven't been up to a whole lot. Been walking a lot the last like 9 days now. Been walking a lot, trying to keep active with the MS stuff. It's pretty important to stay active, so I've been doing a lot of that. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I quit chewing tobacco. Did quit that actually. It's been like a month and a half ago now. So I've been doing pretty good with that, anyways. I just quit cold turkey. Just decided one day I'm not gonna do it anymore, and I haven't done it since. And which is pretty good because it's been like 12 years that I had done it. So just I've been quit one day. How's it going, fishing tips? It was rough, but you feel better? Yeah, what I've been doing is this jerky chew. I've been doing that. I go through quite a bit of it, but definitely helped, that's for sure. I didn't think I'd ever be able to quit, but I've done it. I'm still not over it either. I still crave it every day, all day long, but um, yeah, I don't know. Do the coffee pouches? There you go. That's a good idea. How expensive is that stuff? This jerky chew is like a little less than $2. It's like $1.90 something, depending on where you get it. But I go through like a can of it a day. About $4. Okay. Yeah, it's tough too. I got some pouches that were bought by mistake out in the garage freezer, and it's tempting all the time to grab a can of that, but haven't done it yet. Just it was getting so expensive for, like I chewed Grizzly, the dark premium wintergreen. That was like almost $9 a can, or it was $9 a can. I don't remember. It's around $9, and yeah, so expensive. How's the garden? Pretty good. Looks about the same as it did last video. Well, yesterday, I guess that was. I haven't been out to look at it too much today. I got to get out and do some weeding, but I've kind of been waiting for some of the carrots to pop up before I did it. Uh, Dove into weeding too much. But yeah, that's looking pretty good. That one tomato plant, I think I'm going to rip that out and replace it with a different one. I got to buy one, but I'm in no rush to do it. Next time I'm at a store or something, I'll pick up a different one and get it done. Got a lot of time for one to develop in there yet this year. Also gave up the Monster Energy drinks. Good, good, Todd. That's good for you. That stuff, all that stuff is so bad for a guy. You know, you shouldn't do it, and it's expensive too. You save a lot of money getting away from those bad habits like that. Anybody been out fishing? Doing any turkey hunting, anything like that? I haven't been doing much fishing. I did go a little over a week ago now. Went and caught two crappies, big ones too. Well, I didn't. I caught one. My buddy caught one. Um, Evan. Anyways, uh, we kind of didn't fish a lot. We were out most of the day, but we didn't get a ton of fishing in. We're kind of looking for crappies spawning on a lake that has huge crappies on. Um, a lake that I've mentioned a million times on the channel. Uh, Anyways, there's huge crappies out there. And we're looking for them spawning, so we're kind of rolling around the lake, and it was a little early yet. Some of them were just starting to come into the shallows last weekend. Well, not this past weekend, but the weekend before, and didn't see like five of them on spawning beds, and we ended up catching two of them. They're like 15 inches, anyways. But I do have a couple pictures I could upload in a video at some point and show you guys, or I could post it on the YouTube channel here in the community section. But yeah, there were some nice crappies. We wanted to get back out this past weekend, but Friday the weather was bad. Saturday was the only nice day, and I smoked ribs all day that day, so I didn't get a chance to get back out this past weekend. So maybe next weekend. Hopefully they're still up shallow. I just finished planting my fruit trees yesterday. Still a cherry, honeycrisp apple, frostbite apple, crayford pear, and moonglow pear. There you go. Cool. You must have a pretty nice sized yard. That's cool. That's one thing I wish I had more of was some more fruit trees here in the yard. I've got right now just a bunch of pine trees and a few maples. Well, like five maples and um, got one birch and I've got one in the front. Somebody told me in a video last year what it was because I made a video about it. But I think it was Kenny told me what kind of tree it was, but now I can't remember. Ran into some pretty cool guys yesterday where we went to the school to do some walking anyways. Ran into some pretty cool guys that were out there metal detecting. So I got me to thinking that maybe if I get a chance to get a probably used metal detector at some point, maybe I'll do a couple videos here and there on metal detecting. You know, and I realized at some point that my channel would probably be further if I kind of just stuck to one thing, you know, like barbecuing or lawn care or gardening or hunting or fishing or whatever. We've done so many things around here that, yeah, if I just stuck to one of those things, I think my channel would be more successful. But I don't know. I like doing all those things, so I'm gonna keep doing them. And if you know, if I get a chance to get a metal detector, that's just gonna be one more thing. Magnet fishing is another one, you know, which I'm gonna do more coming up here soon. Some more magnet fishing. Weather's just been so hit and miss here lately that it's either raining or super hot, and even on the super hot days, I got to get outside and do the yard work, you know, and I got a lot of yard work to do usually, so that takes up most of the day, and I just haven't had time to get out and do much magnet fishing, but we're going to here pretty soon once this weather straightens out. Although like Thursday, I think tomorrow is like a high of 82, and Thursday is a high of 47, and like a low of 35. I don't know what's going on. Welcome to Wisconsin. Yeah. My yard is smaller than yours, I think. We decided we wanted a micro orchard. Okay, there you go. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, the weather. There's like 2 days there. Friday is going to be almost the same as Thursday too. It's almost to the point to where I'm kind of going to get worried about my garden, like how I'm going to cover all those vegetables. I didn't think there was a chance that we would get back down to those temps again this year, but like you said, that's Wisconsin. To figure out something, I'm just basically worried. The radishes will be fine and stuff, carrots, but the peppers and tomato plants. Peppers, I could just put a 5 gallon bucket over. Tomato plants are getting kind of tall. Covered with old bed sheets, yeah. The only thing is I'd have to rip out the stakes in the tomato baskets most likely, which is not hard to do if I had to. I'll keep an eye on it. If it's gonna get down to 35, I'll probably just leave the tomatoes. I think they'll be fine, but peppers I'll probably put some buckets over or something. Been taking the dog up in the woods, walking with us. We go to the school here and go to the cross country trail. It's, I think, just under a mile from beginning to end, and we usually do a couple laps while we're up there, 2 to 3. We take the dog up there, and he gets pooped out so fast. It's ridiculous. He has no stamina. I've taken so many dogs up there over the years. I've taken them on walks and stuff. My hounds and stuff that I used to have, I used to take them up there and train them and make drags for them and stuff like that for coon hunting. And yeah, he is by far the laziest and worst stamina out of any dog I've ever been with. It's ridiculous. We won't even hardly get a lap through and he'll be laying down. I went fishing with my dad and nephew yesterday on the Wolf. I was the only one who caught anything in the rain, a white bass. We hooked a few sturgeon, too, but couldn't land them. That sounds like a good time. Well, I mean, it was raining, but at least you got out and got on the water. That's the important thing. Sturgeon, that's one fish I've never fished for, but I've never caught it either. I'm glad you didn't plant your eggplant yet. Use laugh to hold up the sheets. Okay. Yeah, I'm glad the warmer weather's here and everything. Oh, it really got me missing ice fishing though. It happens to me every year about this time. Like, oh, I miss ice fishing. But it'll be back before too long. It's Wisconsin. My daughter's birthday was earlier this month, and cooked a bunch of chicken for that on the flip flop grill. I think I cooked 50 pounds of chicken. We had so much chicken. Really, really good though. That may be the best chicken I've ever made. Um, those flip flop grills really turned out, or really made some nice chicken that day. Got a garage sale here coming up. Um, not this coming weekend, but the weekend after. First weekend in June. It's like the citywide garage sales here in town, so gonna be selling some stuff. Make some more space around here. Trying to get all your housework done so you can fish all winter. I hear you. That's one thing. Like I haven't been able to hardly sit down since we bought this house. I'm constantly doing something around here. Majority of the time, I'm fixing this deck. This deck is not in the best shape anymore, and it's constantly spots where I gotta replace boards all the time. And you guys know the way the lumber market is right now. It's ridiculous. And if I was to rebuild this deck, it'd probably cost me 20 grand. And yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I mean, at some point, I'm gonna have to rebuild it. So hopefully, the lumber market gets back down there. But yeah, you mean if the lumber market was the way it should be, I mean, still it's gonna cost an arm and a leg to do it. It's gonna be so expensive to do it. It's such a big deck. It's like 830 something square feet, almost 840 something like that. I think. I don't remember. I have to measure it again, but it's 800 and something. How's my health been? Not too bad. I haven't been as dizzy and lightheaded lately as I had been in the past. I mean, ever since it started until like maybe a month ago, I haven't been as dizzy and lightheaded. I still get it occasionally, but not every day, um, like it was. And now I'm getting. I mean, I don't know if I told you guys this before or not, but I get these sharp pains around my eye, my bad eye where I had the optic neuritis. I get these sharp pains around there. It kind of feels like an ice cream headache or a brain freeze or whatever. And then it starts over here, and by the time the pain goes away, it had moved over to the side of my head, and it's over just like that within a couple seconds. Then it's got to be something in my nerves. Right now, my good eye, it's doing it. Every once in a while, it'll happen in my good eye, but 99.9% of the time, it's in my bad eye. And it was like February. I think I told my neurologist about that, and he set me up with an appointment for the neurological optometrist to go in there, the eye doctor, basically, but a neuro one. Went down there and took every test that they had, and they're like, well, we can't figure out what it is, whatever. And like, okay, so I left, and it's been happening ever since. I don't know what's going on with it. Um, so yeah, something that they know about and couldn't figure anything out about. I don't know what the next step is with that, but it's been happening ever since. It's not as bad as it was. Um, some days obviously are worse than others. It'll last just like a second, literally, and then some days it'll last 5-10 seconds, and it's pretty painful. My eye, it's blurry. My bad eye gets blurry when it's hotter outside, and strenuous activity. So like we're going for these walks, especially on a warmer day. I'll get to the trail, we'll get there, and I'll see fairly good for me. And by the time it's done, this bad eye is really, really foggy. I can't see much out of it just because there's no insulation on that optic nerve that connects my brain or my eye to my brain. Because of that attack that was on it, because of that mess. So there's no insulation on that nerve anyway. So it's like pouring coffee on a bare wire, basically. I've had a lot of the same symptoms of you've had, other than the optic. Currently going through a lot of tests right now. Okay. Well, let me know how that goes for you. Let me know what you guys are figuring out. That's not good. I hope it's not what I have. I hope it's something else. But well, maybe not. In my situation, it was either MS, a brain tumor, or brain aneurysm, and I got MS. And obviously, brain tumor and brain aneurysm isn't the best news. I mean, we were getting better though. If it's a brain tumor and brain aneurysm, it is 2021, and they're getting pretty good with treatment for all different types of masses and cancers and stuff like that. That it's not necessarily deadly like a decade ago or 20 years ago. It was basically a death sentence. It's not that way anymore. Been getting out doing a little shining once in a while too. Haven't seen anything super interesting this year. Usually we get to see black bear too and all that. Haven't seen nothing too interesting this year so far. Seen some fox. Nothing too special. Um, Bunch of deer, but we haven't seen any fawns yet. We went over to Fonderosa again a couple weeks ago. Me and my wife and daughter and my brother and his girlfriend and a couple of their kids went over there, and there was no fawns out that day. There either. The bucks were just getting their antlers there, so um, wasn't that exciting of a trip, but good to get out of the house anyways. It's a fun place to go to if you guys have never been there. Fonderosa. It's over St. Croix Falls, Wisconsin. Pretty good time. Cheap to get into too. You can go around and pet deer and feed them out of your hand, and there's all kinds of different animals there too. Any plans for the holiday? Um, yeah, every year for Memorial Day, me and my wife, my daughter will go, and my mom and dad. We go out to my grandparents' cemetery, where my dad's parents are buried, and some other relatives are out there too. And we usually go out there and visit their graves. It's not. I mean, Memorial Day is typically for service people. Um, none of them were, in the military or anything like that. But we go out there and pay our respects every year on Memorial Day, anyhow, and usually take them out some flowers or something, and walk around a little bit, anyhow. So we'll probably do that. We usually do that every year, and then depending on the weather, um, if we don't get out that day because of the weather, we'll get out, you know, soon. And then I plan on smoking pork belly, which I'm thinking I might do a video on. I'm gonna make some pork belly burnt ends. Anyways, I bought probably a month ago. I bought a great big pork belly. It was like $50, and I've been wanting to make burn ends with it. But the thing with the MS is I've been trying to eat healthy. It lowers the risk of flare ups. Like right now, this pain is probably just another lesion on my brain, which I've got like 4 or 5 of them already. It's probably just an active lesion, is what it is. But so I got to eat healthy anyways to avoid stuff like that. It helps anyways. So like I got to eat fish like twice a week and vegetables, and every morning I get up and I take my 100 and almost $20 pill every morning. I take one at night too, but I take that pill. I take a multivitamin. I take a vitamin C, and I take 2 vitamin D pills, which are 2,000 units apiece. Then I walk out here and I drink a V8, a low sodium V8, and then I usually go walking and all that stuff, just to try to have less flare ups. Basically, is the thing. But yeah, it's kind of a pain. So I haven't had a big chance to um, do too much barbecuing lately. Actually, a couple days ago, like I said, I did smoke some ribs, which was a nice treat. But yeah, I haven't had too much of a chance to do that stuff lately. Doctor prescribed me to go fish at least twice a week. Basically, I could, yeah. I've got all the time in the world to do it too, but I've got to eat fish 2 times a week, so I've been eating a lot of tilapia. Anyways, um, I'm not that good of a fisherman to keep my freezer stocked up with enough fish to feed me 2 times a week. That's for sure. Been eating a lot of tilapia, stuff like that. Um, those crappies, that one crappie I did keep and give to my mom and dad, and some bluegills. I think they ate them though. But there's been a friend of my dad's that's been bringing him over a lot of fish, so I think we're gonna have a fish fry with those guys here pretty soon. Then I gotta get out and I gotta start keeping some more fish too, catching and keeping some more. Bluegills and crappies are biting like crazy, from what I understand. So yeah, gotta do some more of that. Doctor told you should eat more fish and ran with it for a year. Yeah, yeah, fish is healthy. They actually tell me more fatty fish. I don't know if it's the amino acids or what it is that they want me to have, but yeah, fatty fish is like the number one thing that a MS person should eat for whatever reason. I don't know. I just do what they say. my right leg's been really numb lately too. It's been numb for like 3 years, but definitely makes the walks a lot harder. That's for sure. All right, we're coming up to getting close to the half-hour mark here. If anybody's got any more questions, feel free to ask. Your hands have been going numb because of work lately? Yeah, that's no fun. Keep an eye on it though. Make sure it's nothing else. Make sure it is work. My hands go numb and stuff too. Even just holding the cell phone too long. That's kind of what my leg is like. Like if you're laying in bed and you're laying on your hand or something, and you wake up and it's sleeping, it's like that. My right leg, almost all the time. Certain points of it, like my lower back, my ass cheek, back of my calf, my foot. That's what it feels like. Just tendon stuff. Yeah. Oh wow. You're shaking and that does sound a lot like MS there, Peterson. Um, like those are all, every one of those are MS symptoms. If you're if you're going through a lot of testing and they're not diagnosing you um, with MS in particular, maybe it's because you have to have a certain amount of um, symptoms within a certain amount of time. Like my Bell's palsy was one, and then my optic neuritis was two. So that within like a 10-year span, I think they automatically will diagnose you with MS. But yeah, those are all things. So you're shaking a lot, which is one. Like I get sometimes twitches, and one of them um, was a year or two ago. I would get a lot of twitching in my right eye. Everything's always on the right side of my body too. It seems I get twitching in my right eye. That happens a lot. Like muscle spasms. My arms will sit here and twitch. That's one of them. A seizure is one, which I thought I was having the last time I was at the eye doctor. They put me in the vision field test where you stick your head in this machine and there's little blinking lights and stuff, and they'll test each eye. So you got to cover the one that they're not testing, and you got to hit a button every time you see a blinking light, but you got to stare straight forward. And at one point, the lights were flashing, and my head started shaking really bad when I was in there for like, I don't know, 3 seconds or something. But I was conscious and everything. I didn't lose consciousness because of it, but um, MS, Huntington's, CTE, Parkinson's all have those symptoms, and I did have a brain injury when I was hit by a car. I was in a car accident too. I don't know if you guys can see the scar on the top of my head. I don't know. I can't see what you guys are looking at, but I have a scar on the top of my head. Anyways, I was in a pretty good uh, car accident when I was in high school, and I don't know. I don't know if that did anything or not. I mean, they don't know what MS is caused from, so I'm sure it's not related. I just know it's really expensive. Hopefully, hopefully they find out. They can figure out something for you, and hopefully it doesn't cost you an arm and a leg to figure out what it is wrong with you. On the way there, all that testing is super expensive, and the medication. If it is MS or something else, the medication for different things is so expensive. Like mine is $8,300 per month. That's what mine costs. It's ridiculous. What was the other ones? Memory loss is one that I've experienced a lot lately. Balance, dizzy spells. Yeah, that's a lot of the same stuff I've had. But fingers crossed, I'm praying for you that it not the same thing that I have because it's not a fun time, but you got to make the most of everything. You know, it hasn't completely ruined my life or anything like that by any means, but it's definitely just poses more of a challenge in your day to day life, basically. If it is that, which it probably isn't, because the odds of getting MS is you have a greater chance of getting struck by lightning. Get free meds with your insurance. Well, that's good. Okay, guys, we're over the half-hour mark. Thanks everybody for stopping in and chatting. Um, Let me know if you guys want to keep doing these live chats. You know, we used to do them all the time, and we kind of eased off on them. But let me know if you guys want me to keep doing them. We can do one next Monday, same time, or if you guys want me to do it a different time, let me know. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.